Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kat. If you're new here, welcome. We are exploring the city of Toronto in different ways, maybe off the beaten path, things only locals would know, things like that. In this video, we are checking out the cherry blossoms in Hyde Park. So just like the blooming of the trees in Central Park, just like the Japanese Sakura Festival every year, in the spring, cherry blossom trees bloom in Hyde Park in the city, and it is an event definitely for all to see. So today we'll be sharing that with you. Hopefully you guys get a sense of how beautiful it is to see these trees. It definitely gets crowded. It only happens for about a week every year, but it's worth it to come see this event and, you know, to come out and see what all the fuss is about. So let's go see what we can find, and I hope you enjoy this episode. If you are planning on heading to Hyde Park to check out the cherry blossoms, here are a few pro tips. One is definitely make sure to plan ahead by checking out the City of Toronto Cherry Blossoms page. It lists all kinds of resources for you to find out more, including where you can find cherry blossoms in the city that are blooming that aren't just Hyde Park. Hyde Park has the highest number of them, but you can find them in definitely nearer to where you live if you don't live near Hyde Park, or you can find them in other parts of the city for sure. So I highly recommend that. Second is that it's a pedestrian area during the season. So you're not allowed to bring your car into Hyde Park during the times when it's cherry blossom season. So definitely make sure to plan your parking ahead of time. Last but not least is get a good group of friends and get going. It's definitely fun to enjoy the park in the company of others, and especially around Mother's Day, which is when they bloom. I highly recommend going with people you care about. Another pro tip is to go at sunrise or as early in the day as you can. The park fills up the more the day goes on, and so by midday even, it's full of people and your photos won't be as nice. This is me telling you guys the history of the cherry trees in Toronto. You can't hear anything because of the helicopters that were going up above trying to get aerial footage. Actually, those drowned me out, so I'm just going to tell you. Originally, the trees were a gift from the city of Tokyo after World War II, when Canada accepted some refugees from Japan. At the time, those refugees were having a lot of trouble integrating into society, so they wanted to build a Japanese garden like in other places in the world. And today, actually, those trees contributes to the wildlife and to reducing Canada's and Toronto's carbon footprint. So it's pretty awesome. It's fully integrated into society. Some of you might be asking yourselves, well, like, why is this such a big deal? Why are these flowers so important that, you know, most of Japan goes out to see them? And why are they so celebrated? And the reason is this Japanese philosophy of wabi-sabi, which is all about appreciating beauty that is imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete in nature. So what that means is that in Japanese philosophies, there's this idea that something doesn't have to be perfect for you to fully love it. And in fact, its imperfections make it more lovable. Or the fact that it doesn't last forever makes it even more worth appreciating. And because these flowers bloom only for a week every year, they're very impermanent, it makes it all the more worth celebrating. And so you can come together with people you love, which are also imperfect or impermanent, and it really makes you think, and it makes you happy because you appreciate things while you have them and while they're around. And you could say that about everything, really, if you think about it. Everything we have in life eventually will fade away, including us. and isn't perfect no matter how much we might want it to be. So it's a pretty liberating and beautiful philosophy, and Japanese people get pretty into it. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. I hope that you've learned something. I love living in Toronto because I feel like the city introduces me to so many different philosophies, so many different ideas, like wabi-sabi or like those presented by other cultures and other videos. And it kind of leads to being a really well-rounded and open person because we get to share perspectives and, ideas with our imperfect, beautiful friends from all over the world. So if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know and give it a like, subscribe if you're not already, because I'd love to learn and share more with all of you. See you next time. Bye.